What's going on, guys? So I got this plant that is doing really well, but it's kind of getting in my way. But regardless, I figured I'd give you a little breakdown of my Mavic 3 little saga and the time frame on how it's kind of unfolded, because it's been pretty frustrating and it's still not completely resolved. So I figured I'd let you guys know just as far as DJI and refresh and how that works. Possibly if you have a Mavic 3 Cine and you do have an incident where you have your SSD fail on you, this is a complete realistic possibility that could happen to you. So I'm sharing just because I can. So essentially, I bought the Mavic 3 Cine, $5,600 roughly with the refresh, on November 5th, 2021. So November 5th is when I ordered it online, when they basically released it, I believe, that night. The date of delivery was November 18th. So what, a couple weeks later, the drone crashed on November 22nd, 2021. And then the Mavic 3, thankfully, was recovered on December 2nd. So it was recovered on December 2nd, and then I sent it to DJI, and I believe the body that was crashed and the battery was received on December 9th. So they had the physical drone and the battery that went down into the building that was recovered by a window washer. Long story, but regardless, I'm not going to get into all the details, but it was recovered on December 2nd, as I said, and on December 9th, DJI actually had it in their possession. So there's that. It is January 8th right now, so we'll go, let that be known. December 23rd is when DJI received everything else, like the box contents that I had, the smart controller, the RC Pro, whatever you want to say. So they received the RC Pro, the bag, the box, everything that went along with the Mavic 3 Cine combo. So they actually received that, as I said, December 23rd. So that's the timeline so far. And I did send them, let me see what it was. I kind of remember the date. So one of their letters basically said, "Dear Anthony, I'm sorry for keeping you waiting on this matter. Thank you for your approval." So you need basically to give them approval to access your SSD drive. So I had to give them approval. They received that. And then they said they're going to try their best to help with the extraction of the footage. Please do send us a 1 terabyte drive. So they essentially, at the beginning, said we could not determine whether the footage would be damaged or if it would be too large to put in a Google Drive. Now, I don't know how that makes any sense. It's a 1 terabyte SSD that they obviously are selling. And they said we have around 10 gigs for uploading the files to Google Drive. Yeah, obviously that's not going to work. So it doesn't make any sense really to me. But regardless, that's what they came back to me. And again, they said for the privacy and confidentiality of your footage in your SSD drive, we would need your written confirmation and approval in this email for the information disclosure. With your consent and approval, we'll be able to export and upload your footage to Google Drive, which they can't because it's 10 gigabytes and I had like 600 gigabytes of footage on this SSD drive. So, okay, regardless. But with that, it said, So again, that was December 29th that they basically came back to me and they have my hard drive. So as of now, basically I have no refund. I have no Sandisk 1 terabyte SSD that I sent them. I have no footage, and I have no Mavic 3 Cine. So I've been basically without anything for over 2 months now, and basically $6,000 has been out of my account for over 2 months as well. So not super stoked about this, not psyching super hard, but this pretty much is the reality of what's going down. Of course, they kind of put it on the holidays and COVID and all kinds of things. But regardless, they have all my stuff. They have the crash drone. They have the battery. They told me in writing multiple times that they're going to refund me, and I still don't have my refund. And that should have nothing to do with the SSD extraction of the footage. They can refund me and then take their time with the SSD extraction, but they're not. I still don't have my refund. I'm getting pretty pissed off, honestly, because again, it's $6,000. It's a lot of money. I have stuff that I could utilize with that. And in my opinion, they really should kind of appease a customer or do something to kind of compensate for why you're waiting so long. It's a lot of money to have sitting out there, not doing anything for you. And there's no reason, as I said, I mean, I guess it hasn't been too long since they've had everything. But again, they have everything. They should refund me. It's pretty simple and straightforward, and call it a day, at least in regards to that. And then if they recover my SSD footage, so be it. And they have my SSD drive, so there's that. So that's another couple $100 that they have of mine. So basically I have $6 grand hanging out with DJI, and I don't have anything to account for it. So not really super happy about that, as I don't think anyone would be. But that's the latest update, essentially. If you crash your Cine, just know that this internal SSD can really wreak havoc on everything, because if you do care about your footage and you do want it, DJI really doesn't have anything in place, essentially, to recover SSD footage if you do have an issue. So, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if they're going to be able to recover it. I don't know what's taking so long. It shouldn't take 3 weeks to do, but regardless, that's what's happening and that's the reality. And I just wanted to share this with you so you know that it's been taking a long time, and I still don't have a refund like they said they were going to give me. I have that in writing, that they said they were going to refund me for my Mavic 3 Cine and the refresh and everything, my entire purchase. And they said they were working on the extraction, but it's now again January 8th. Just don't understand why it's taking this long. It shouldn't. And that's it. Really just wanted to give you guys an update on this Mavic 3 issue and incident, and kind of over it and just want to move on. And I don't really think I'll be buying another Mavic 3, possibly, but if I did, I definitely wouldn't be buying the Cine. I'd be buying the base model and not even bothering with the RC Pro. If I did want the RC Pro for whatever reason, I'd buy that separately at a later date. So there's that. And just be aware that this is hardly a simple process to get resolved. I mean, it really takes a lot of time and patience on your end to kind of get past this. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know what your experience is with DJI Support. Some I know have amazing experiences, supposedly, and some have miserable experiences, supposedly, too. I mean, for me, I've definitely had more bad than good with DJI, and they send me these customer feedback things, and it's hard to give them raving reviews when something like this happens. I'm kind of bummed, but it will get resolved. You just got to be patient with it, and we'll see what happens. So I'll keep you posted, but regardless of that, it's cold out, not really flying too much. I figured I'd give you a little update because I actually was kind of curious on what was going on. I didn't really ever put the dates down in writing and see exactly what was going on. I knew there was a lot of gaps in the time frame, but I figured I would go ahead and get on top of it so I can actually send this to DJI as well and kind of let them know where I am, you know, with my patience, essentially, and I'm running out of it. So that's it, guys. Have a good one. Little quick update. Bye.